Must everything in our lives be content? Should we record and share everything? Should we open up our lives to the whole world? Is privacy completely dead? Everywhere you turn now, somebody's shoving a camera in their child's face, recording them eat. And don't get me wrong, I love watching videos of kids on the internet. I just feel like it's almost like there are no more boundaries. Like people can share everything and anything online, and it's really scary. Like, how have we ended up just identifying our entire lives? Like, what is okay to share and what is not? There was a picture I saw of a woman who talked about how her husband went to get a vasectomy, and she's so happy because she doesn't have to use contraceptives anymore, and she's glad that her husband did that for her family. I feel like, okay, people know you because this is your social media platform, they've seen your face. So you've probably posted your husband a photo, so they've seen his face. That's bad enough. But she went ahead to post a picture of her husband in the hospital as he was getting the vasectomy, or like after he got the vasectomy. And I'm like, come on. Like, first and foremost, that's even medical information, which should be private, and those privacies are protected by laws. But like, to share that is such a private thing. Why does the whole world need to know that your husband got a vasectomy for you? And then you now posted his picture with your picture and your child's picture. Like, I mean, you can appreciate your husband to your friends and family. Strangers from all over the world don't need to know that. I'm just wondering that, have we become more obsessed with posting our lives than actually living them? Think about it. When was the last time you went somewhere and didn't instantly whip out your phone to record something? It looks like, oh yes, I know my brother always tells me, make more memories, capture more memories, and I'm all for memories. But the point is that, when does it just become an obsession with showing your life to strangers? You go to dinner with people and you're supposed to be talking to each other, but everybody's on their phones. I don't bring out my phone at dinners because I find that really annoying. Why are we here if all people are doing is bringing out their phones to chat with people who are not here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's become such a bad habit. Like, you go to a concert now and everybody has their phones out. Like, I'm okay with maybe one video, taking a picture here and there, but like, that you are recording the entire concert. Our brains were designed to store memories, right? Before we had phones, people actually had memories. Our brains can keep, like, I'm sure that if you think right now, there's some moments in your life that you will never forget because they were imprinted so deep on you. You have a brain that's working. You don't need to capture every single living moment of your life on your phone. Can you imagine if you're a musician and you're standing up on the stage and all you can see is phones? Nobody's really enjoying the music. They're just recording it so that they can show their friends that, oh, I was at the concert. And that's why artists are now banning phones at their concerts. Bruno Mars did it. You drop your phone outside and you come in and enjoy the music, because it's just annoying. It just feels like we almost feel like we need to show other people that we're living, so we're more focused on posting our lives. I saw a video of a couple who posted how they pray for each other, and I'm saying, like, you set up a camera in your house and then both of you posed in front of the camera and started praying for each other. Like, you started laying your hands on each other's heads. It just feels very just inorganic to me, right? Like, if you have a conversation about how you pray for each other and then you slide in a video of you doing it, but the thought that you said, oh, let's show the world how we pray, and then you set up a camera and then you do that, I just feel like it's just highly unnecessary to me. This is my opinion, obviously. I just feel like some things just, like, is it that you guys have cameras set up in your house 24/7 to cater to an audience of people you don't know? There's another video I saw of like a couple who were like having they were doing an intimate massage for each other, and honestly, it was like watching people have sex on camera. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, why do we need to know that? You were like a therapist, a couples therapist, or like maybe you were selling the intimate massage services. You are not. So I'm just feeling like, oh my gosh, like, it looks like we're more obsessed with posting our lives than actually living our lives. And it's a very scary thought for me, because like, life is meant to be lived. Why do you care so much about what strangers think about your life and what you're doing with it. The places you're going, are you going there because you really enjoy them, or because you want people to see that you went there? The problem with like everything becoming content and overconsumption of content is that you feel like if you don't have a life that looks like that, if your pantry is not organized to the teeth, if your house is not Instagrammable, like, isn't it sad that that has become a word? Right, like before you go to a restaurant, you want to know if it's Instagrammable. The restaurant doesn't even care if their food is nice; they just want to be Instagrammable. The pressure to build an aesthetic life, it makes you feel like there's something wrong with your own life. Like if you look at people, you look at their houses, you look at their lives, you look at how their house is always clean, and everybody knows that nobody's house is always that clean. It makes you feel as if, oh, is there something wrong with me? Like, am I the one that is broke, or is everybody else faking it? So like, and that's, the danger of like even over consuming content, because logically that content is heavily curated and edited. Like even now, I'm not showing you my whole house. I'm showing you the angles of my house that I think look nice. I spent like 2 hours setting up this, and it's not even perfect, and it's not even pro level content. So for somebody to think that this is how real life is just crazy. But unfortunately, the way our brains work, they don't really know the difference between make-believe and reality. So if you consume enough of that content, you can start feeling like, oh, something is wrong with my life. I saw like a picture somebody shared about how she had an amazing boyfriend, but because he couldn't give her the luxury life she was seeing on TikTok, she broke up with him. Meanwhile, the boyfriend was saving money so he can adopt his nephew. Everything becoming content has just made our priorities just crazy. Because why are you trying to compete with people on TikTok? You have no idea what kind of life these people are living. And even if they're living the kind of life they're presenting, how is that your own business? And now she's regretting, oh, she broke up with a good guy, she lost a good guy. So like, I think that's one of the scariest things about posting everything and sharing everything and just watching everybody's content, is that it can put pressure on you. You start comparing yourself with other people, and it even leads to depression and anxiety. So another danger of oversharing, overconsumption of content, everything becoming content, is that you open your life up to trolls and haters. Why are you telling people how many hours your husband lasts when you're having sex? Why are you talking about your children's personal lives online? Because the thing is, like, the minute you have shared something online, you have opened up that area of your life to comments, to public commentary. There's some things that if you comment about in a person's life, like, it should really pain. Like if you talk about your husband's sexual prowess and some stranger from Timbuktu comments on it, like, that's crazy. So like, if our entire lives are not supposed to be content, does that mean that strangers are allowed to comment on every area of our lives? Like, a stranger can comment on your health. I see people posting their babies and the food they eat, and people will be commenting, oh, that child's gonna die of diabetes. People posting their relationships, and people just saying all sorts of horrible things. So I feel like if we recovered some of our privacy and just stopped posting everything. So how does one even survive in a world where everything has become content? These are 3 things that I'm doing to ensure that I'm staying more present, that I'm being in the moment, that I'm not just sharing because I want people to think I'm cool, that I'm not basing my entire life on external validation, because that's what social media is. The likes, the comments, all of those things, if you base your worth on them, it's a dangerous place to be. So number 1, I'm focusing on building an enjoyable real life, and I think you should too. I think we should all build a real life, like the people that you're looking at face to face, friends that you can actually sit with at dinner and put away your phone. It's very important to build an enjoyable real life. There's a section of Instagram that I admire. There's some people whose pages are private. They have 620 followers. They're following 620 people. When you get into the accounts, you see that they're just documenting their lives. They're just living, right? They're not trying to put on a show for anybody. They don't really care about an audience. I feel like there's a certain amount of security that shows that you're just living your life. You don't have to go to every restaurant just because it's Instagrammable. You're just living your life. And if you happen to end up in an Instagrammable If you happen to end up in an Instagrammable restaurant, then you just happen to be there, right? You're not basing your entire life on how it looks on social media. So number one, we should all focus on building an enjoyable real life. Number two, exchange FOMO for the joy of missing out. That's JOMO. One of the things with social media is that it can put in you the fear of missing out. Like, you always want to read everything, know everything. You want to be in every celebrity's business. You want to be in all your friends' business. You want to know who did what, who got married, who bought a new car, who did this, who did that. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting because eventually, look, it happens to the best of us. Spend enough time on social media looking at people's feed, and you will start to ask yourself, is something wrong with me? I don't care how strong you think you are, at some point or the other. And the thing is, no matter how amazing your life looks, there's somebody whose life looks even more amazing than that. So sometimes you just have to step back and feel comfortable in not knowing what's happening around the world, because really your reality is with you in your house and with the people that are in front of you. That's your reality. It's not on social media. So once in a while, you don't have to catch up on all the celebrity gossip and read all the news. Right? Overconsumption of content is also a problem because it makes you fear missing out. And finally, always check your motives. If you want to know that you're not being controlled by external validation, that you're not basing your entire existence on what looks cool to people on social media, just always ask yourself why. Why am I going to this restaurant? Why am I going to this museum? Why am I going to this tourist attraction? Why am I out to dinner in this place? Is it because I'm actually enjoying this experience? Am I choosing it for me? Ask yourself, if nobody ever knew that I came here, would I still go here? Right? Say you forget your phone at home and you're already in the place where you need to be. Would you be happy that you came there, or all you'll be thinking is, oh my god, nobody's going to ever know that I came here? Always ask why. Question your motives. Once in a while, like even when you have a falling out with somebody and you want to post something on social media, everybody gets those urges, right? You have a fight with somebody, you have a disagreement with somebody, and immediately you want to go and post a quote about what's happening in your mind. Just hold back, because why are you doing that? The person's going to see it and you're going to feel like, oh, you have one over them or you have one on them. You know, it's kind of childish. So always ask yourself why am I posting this? Our brains we're not created to be stimulated this much. We're living in unprecedented times. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me your comments. What do you think about everything being content? Do you think there should be boundaries? Do you think we're all enjoying looking at other people's lives so much that there should be no privacy anymore? Do you agree with me that it looks like privacy is dead? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.